When I first started, had this same question come up because it was very ad hoc and people were doing all on their own. And we put together a policy around office acquisition and what parameters were we going to put into place that you had to follow in order to get any sort of access to any office space, co-working or dedicated. And we kind of took a look around and did some initial surveys with employees as well, and found that having at least 10 people in a location that were willing and wanting to go into an office 3 days a week were eligible to kick off any sort of discussion around a co-working office and a dedicated space to themselves. Anything prior to that, we understood was a very individual need. And so we allowed them to go ahead and book co-working space ad hoc on their own expense and get that department budget approval. With that kickoff of that policy, we've kind of put in more parameters around once you hit a certain level of headcount and the data shows that you're going in regularly, we're going to have the conversation around the next level of office. And is it a bigger co-working space? Are we going to go into a sublease space? Or are we going to go full direct lease? Recently, with kind of our ad of flexible bookings, we pulled data on what employees were submitting themselves and trying to get an understanding of what was being done ad hoc and also the needs of the business at this point in time. And we've had some recent changes where we want to bring people together in hubs like New York City for certain days throughout the month. And so having done the research on what that costs, we then presented this co-working flex option as an initial, like, here you go. You want 2 days a week. This is what it will cost. If we see that you start to, that upticks and we see that you're in 3, 4, 5 days a week, then I have data to go and start to share that it's actually necessary and more financially beneficial to us to get an actual office. So my relationship with finance is very super close. And when we go into market for any location, we do a full market analysis across co-working, flex, and sublease and direct to get a full understanding of what that looks like and what our headcount projections and plans look like for that location.